We desperately need a name for the next stage of human development, a name for what we have to become if we're going to survive this world we've built. And that name, the one I had to coin, is intellectual enlightenment. Now, this isn't just some abstract theory, it's a diagnosis, and it's a prescription for our time. So let's dive into why this evolution isn't just some possibility, it's an absolute necessity.
Think about it. There are these pivot points in history, right? These huge tidal shifts in civilization. And when a new wave like that rises, the whole world reorders itself. The people who learn to ride that wave, they become the architects of the new era. But those who don't, well, they become its casualties. We are living in one of those moments, right now.
Now, let's be really clear. The evolution we're facing isn't happening in our DNA. It's happening in our minds. It's like we need a fundamental upgrade to our mental operating system, an adaptation that's required by the very world we've gone and created.
And this is the crucial question, isn't it? Because for the first time in history, the wave we've created, this information age, it's moving faster than our ability to adapt. Our information environment has actually become hostile to the human mind itself.
The 21st century, it's not just a sequel to the 20th. It's like it operates on a whole different set of physics, with totally new dangers. And the primary symptom of this strange new world is a quiet, but absolutely devastating loss.
Our minds were simply never designed for this kind of onslaught. We're confronting this infinite highway of information, but we've been thrown out there without a vehicle, without any training, and with zero protection. The sheer scale of it all is just overwhelming our ability to process reality.
And it's not some sudden, loud collapse. No, it's more like a slow erosion, a quiet chipping away at the minds of millions. It's the silent casualty of the information war we're all living in.
This is what we're losing. Coherence. It's the ability to connect information into actual meaning, to see the whole picture instead of being trapped in tiny, angry fragments. It's the ability to disagree without just collapsing into hatred. It's the very bedrock of a functioning mind.
And this is exactly why it matters so much. Because without coherence, you can't govern yourself. You become steerable. Your attention, your emotions, your beliefs, they don't really belong to you anymore. Your freedom just quietly dissolves.
This isn't the first time humanity has faced a shift this big. There's a historical pattern here. Every great socioeconomic wave, it turns out, demands a new kind of enlightenment. The agricultural wave, that forced us to master the land. The Renaissance was a kind of enlightenment of expression, teaching us to see and represent the world in brand new ways. The industrial wave, well, that demanded a whole new philosophy of production and systems thinking. Each wave produced this leap in human consciousness. But the information age, it broke the pattern. Instead of enlightenment, it triggered a cognitive collapse.
The promise was so beautiful, wasn't it? We really believed that giving everyone access to all this knowledge would make us all wiser. We were wrong. The tools just became too powerful, too fast, and they kind of turned on their creators. They made us more programmable, not more profound.
So what does this cognitive collapse actually look like? Well, for most people, they don't even realize they're prisoners. They believe they're free, they believe they're informed and participating. But the architecture of our digital world, it creates a very, very different reality.
You see, the prison is pleasurable. It rewards you for agreeing, and it punishes you for being curious. It offers you a sense of belonging in exchange for your obedience. And the most dangerous part of it all? Most people don't feel manipulated. They feel righteous.
This right here is the nature of modern control. It's not censorship, it's confusion. It's not silence, it's a flood of noise so overwhelming that you literally lose the ability to think, to synthesize, to form a coherent picture of the world. And that is why I had to name the alternative, the escape route. You can't build a path you can't name. We needed a term for this mental upgrade that's now required, not just for progress, but frankly, for our survival.
This is it. Intellectual enlightenment is not about being smarter than everyone else. It's about becoming coherent enough to stay sovereign in the flood. It's an adaptation, a conscious evolution, in response to an environment that has turned hostile to our minds.
So how do we get there? Well, the internet kind of broke our ability to synthesize information. But AI, when we use it correctly, can be the very tool that helps us restore it. It allows us to bridge that massive gap between infinite information and our finite minds, compressing all that complexity back into meaning.
And the stakes here could not be higher.
This is not about which party wins an election. This is a battle for the integrity of the human mind itself, a battle over who controls the very frame through which you interpret reality.
So, how do we actually achieve this? Well, intellectual enlightenment isn't some passive state that you just arrive at one day. No, it's a skill. Sovereignty is competence, and it has to be built through practice, through real discipline.
And this is what that discipline looks like in practice. It's something I call the prompt stack. When you interact with an AI, you don't just chat with it, you engineer the conversation. You preserve your own authority by defining the role for the AI, providing the context, stating your intent, setting clear constraints, and defining the output contract. This structure is what ensures you remain in control.
This all brings us to a really critical choice. You can use AI as a crutch, what I call solver mode, where it just gives you answers, which makes you weaker over time, or you can use it as a cognitive gym in tutor mode, where it actually challenges you and builds your mental strength and competence.
And ultimately, this personal choice, it scales up to all of humanity. We are standing at a fork in the road. Down one path is the technocratic future, where citizens are basically managed like products. And down the other is the sovereign future, where humans use these incredible tools to augment their own autonomy and become more capable agents in their own lives.
The most crucial point is this: responsibility never transfers. Not to the machine, not to the algorithm. You own your conclusions. You own your decisions. The machine is the engine. The only question is, will you remain the pilot?